Shortly, we'll be getting a promotional video. This from KT-SAT, taking a look at their fleet and showing an emphasis on the KoreaSat 6A satellite. That's, of course, launching in now just a little less than 8.5 minutes. Unfortunately, because this promotional video does include music that we don't know if that's copyright or not, we unfortunately can't share this audio with you, but thankfully there are subtitles so you can read along with what this gentleman is saying. It's, of course, just a broad overview of KT-SAT's on-orbit capabilities. Now, T-minus 6 minutes, 58 seconds and counting. At this point, the engine chill down sequence is underway on the Falcon 9's first stage. They're flowing a small amount of liquid oxygen through the plumbing and turbo pumps, which will help protect them from the risk of thermal shock and damage during the startup sequence.
Space has really been looking forward to this launch. And our relationship with our customer KT-SAT is very special to us. We are extremely proud to provide our long-standing partner, KT-SAT, with a state-of-the-art satellite. KoreaSat 6A will ensure KT-SAT's ability to provide the highest quality satellite services to its customer over the long term and achieve a sustainable growth in KT-SAT's satellite business in fixed and broadcasting services. KoreaSat 6A will also improve the availability and reliability of CAS, the Korea Augmentation Satellite System, placing Korea at the forefront of secure positioning and navigation performance for air traffic. KoreaSat 6A is the fifth satellite to be built by Thales Alenia Space for KT-SAT, and we are proud to play such an important role in Korea's satellite communication capacity. It is the outcome of a great teamwork with KT-SAT. I would like to extend my congratulations to everyone who has worked so hard to make today's event happen. And I would like to thank KT-SAT for their continuous trust in Thales Alenia Space.
Of course, some words there from Thales Alenia Space, the satellite manufacturer of the KoreaSat 6A satellite. Now, T-minus 4 minutes, 53 seconds and counting. We are coming up on the wrong back retract sequence here in just a moment. Just to the call that the process is just about to get underway. As we are preparing to see the clamp arms opening up and the strong back retract. Do want to thank Sulfur for Lunch for marking 3 months with us as a channel member. Appreciate you, Sulfur, who says, thank you for being my silver lining. That's very kind of you to say. We're happy to be a bright spot in anyone's day. Now T-minus 3 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. Clamp arms are opening up and the strong back just beginning to move away from the Falcon 9 rocket. Again, it reclines about 1.5 degrees away from the Falcon 9 rocket, just a slight lean back here. Pulls back in a much more rapid fashion when we're hitting the point of liftoff. Also want to thank Rodent, no last name, for marking 4 months as a channel member with us, who notes that it is going to be a busy launch month, and that is a very true statement here. Now 3 minutes and counting. First stage lock load should be concluded. Just waiting for that call out.
We should be hearing the call out for lock load completion on stage 1.
Stage 1 lock load complete.
And there's that call.
Heard the call a little bit later. We're now waiting for stage 2 call out to come. Now T-minus 2 minutes and counting. Standing by for the call out for second stage lock load being complete. We're seeing those ground gas close out, so presumably that has come. We're just waiting for the audible call on that.
Stage 2 lock load complete.
And with
Keep
that, the
listening as
Falcon
we
9 is
hear
now fully
the
loaded
series
with
of
1 million
call-outs that
pounds of
will lead us into
propellant.
launch.
They are purging the remaining locks from the feed lines there. That is the ground gas closeouts event you're seeing on your screen. See a couple folks gathering
Gas lines
to
closed
catch
out.
this launch in the bottom left-hand corner of this vantage point here at
You
the
can see
press
that
lawn.
white cloud from venting the TE locks line, which is
Now a little
totally
more than a
normal.
minute to
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Great call out there, which means that Falcon 9 is now running off of its internal flight computers, and we are waiting for the go no-go from the launch director.
LD go for launch.
And there we have it. At T-minus 40 seconds, all systems are go for the launch of Falcon 9.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition and launch. Go Falcon, go Korea Sat. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Headwind propulsion is nominal.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center, carrying the KoreaSat 6A satellite. During ascent, we tilt or gimbal the engines, and that turns the rocket horizontally,
Power and telemetry nominal.
a maneuver known as a gravity turn. We're still going up, but now we're also heading horizontally away from the launch pad. Moments ago, we throttled the engines down in preparation for max Q, or maximum aerodynamic
Falcon
pressure.
9 is supersonic.
Great callouts on the nets. And Max Q is a critical moment during flight because the combined stresses caused by Falcon 9 that are caused by Falcon 9 accelerating through the atmosphere and the ambient static pressure are at their greatest.
Max Q.
Great call out for Max Q right there. The rocket typically needs to go 17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth and get into orbit. Now we have 6 events coming up in quick succession: main engine cutoff, or MECO, stage separation, stage 1 flip, second engine start 1, or SES 1, boost back start, boost back burn start, and fairing separation. During MECO, we'll shut down the 9 Merlin engines, which is followed by stage separation. Once separated from the second stage, the booster will flip its orientation.
Following a nominal trajectory.
The booster will flip its orientation and begin heading back to Earth with a short boost back burn, while simultaneously the second stage MVAC engine will ignite for the first time, followed quickly by fairing separation. We should see all of those events happening back to back in the next few seconds.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stage 1 boost back startup. MVAC ignition.
Some awesome views on the screen of those events that happened back to back: MECO, stage sep, S1 flip, and SES1.
Fairing separation confirmed.
An awesome view of fairing separation as well. We'll be attempting to retrieve these fairing halves again today once they fall back to Earth using our recovery vessel, Doug. Next up, we are waiting.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
And we just had confirmation that we completed our boost back burn. So it's about T plus 3 minutes and 40 seconds into today's mission. And at T plus 6 minutes and 32 seconds, we expect to have some great views of the first stage entry burn. For the entry burn, we relight 3 of the M1D engines on the first stage.
Both vehicles continue to follow nominal trajectories.
Starting with the center E9 engine, followed shortly after by the E1 and E5 engines, which slows down the vehicle as it passes back into Earth's atmosphere. We need to slow down to reduce re-entry forces, which ultimately helps us recover and reuse the first stage. During the entry burn, Falcon 9 is decelerating by firing its Merlin engines, but we're still moving really, really fast. And this causes the vehicle to fly through Merlin's exhaust gases, which is also known as the rocket's plume. And this deposits a layer of soot on the vehicle surface, which is why our flight-proven vehicles look so toasty. And that soot comes from the carbon-based fuel that Falcon 9 uses, the RP-1. Reusability is key to lowering the cost of spaceflight, which enables more investment in critical scientific research. And as a reminder, the Falcon 9 first stage that is supporting today's mission will be performing this entry burn for its 23rd time. It is a super clear today, and we have some really great views. You can see that both the Stage 1 and Stage 2 vehicles continue to pick up speed. The Merlins on the first stage are
Both vehicles
optimized.
continue to follow nominal trajectories.
Great callouts there. The Merlins on the first stage are optimized for sea level, and these achieve around 190,000 pounds of thrust during ascent and entry. The MVAC engine is optimized to operate in space and produces 220,500 pounds of thrust in vacuum. So after entry burn and landing burn, we will shut down our MVAC engine on the second stage, and then the landing burn will actually happen after that. And as a reminder, we are targeting a landing at landing zone 1 at Cape
Stage
Canaveral.
1 entry burn startup.
And there is the beginning of entry burn.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
An awesome view of stage 1's entry burn as it heads back towards landing zone 1 at Cape Canaveral Space
Both
Force
vehicles
Station.
continue to follow nominal trajectories.
In about 30 seconds, we will begin the landing burn on stage 1, where the center engine E9
Stage 1
will
FTS
land.
has saved.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
Stage 1 transonic.
All great stage 1 callouts right there.
Stage 2 FTS has saved.
An awesome view of
Stage
landing
1
burn.
landing
We
burn.
are now waiting for Falcon 9 to land back on land at landing zone 1.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed.
And there you have it. That landing marks SpaceX's 364th recovery of an orbital class rocket, including first stage landings for Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy.
Nominal parking orbit.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
We also had SECO 1, and with that, let's return to our mission in progress. The second stage is now embarking on its coast phase, during which we're going to take a short break. And after the coast phase, we will light that MVAC engine for a second time around the T+28 minute mark, and that will be followed by payload deploy around the T+34 minute mark. So we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes.